guys, welcome back to another video, and today we have the Procore Cup Series Season 1, race number 2, and today we are here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So right now, all 34 cars are sitting here on the track, waiting for the command to start engines. So yeah, one thing that I am sure you guys can tell is different from last race at Daytona to this race is the last race. The track was made out of old diecast that I have, but this one is made out of tape. I think it's a lot better. So quickly, I'm just going to tell you guys how this track is going to work. So basically, obviously you guys have the outside wall. I'm sure you guys all understand how that works, but right here in the infield, the two lines that are yellow is actually the walls. So the black line going along the outside here is like the racing lane, I guess, that you're not supposed to pass underneath. But, well, I mean, you can, but not a smart choice. But, anyways, so that is the wall down there. So this is, like, where they're going to race is right around there, obviously. And then this is just the cement down here because, obviously, the back stretch, there's no grass. And then there's the inside wall here on the back stretch. And then on the front stretch, same way. And then in between the two yellow lines is the pits. I know it's not realistic, the entrance and exit to pit road. But there's the entrance, and here's pit road, and there's the exit. But I don't think it matters that much because we don't really use the pits that much in the stop-motion series. But, yeah, anyways, that is basically how the track is going to work, and now the drivers are ready to start their engines, so let's go trackside for the command. Drivers, start your engines! The engines have been fired, and the pace car will lead them off as the cars roll off here, and now we're going to take a look at today's starting lineup. So on the pole for today's race, we have Joey Logano alongside Martin Truex Jr. In row number 2, we have Kyle Busch and Ryan Blaney. In row 3, we find Kurt Busch and Kevin Harvick. Row 4 today is Chase Elliott and Alex Bowman, the Hendrick teammates. Rounding out the top 10 in row 5, we find Kyle Larson and Brad Keselowski. In row number 6, we have Eric Jones and your Daytona 500 winner, Clint Bowyer. Row 7 is William Byron and Denny Hamlin. In row number 8, we have Jimmy Johnson and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Row 9 is Daniel Suarez and Eric Almirola. Rounding out the top 20 in row number 10, we find David Reagan and Paul Menard. Row 11 is Ryan Preece and Matt DiBenedetto. In row 12, we have Ty Dillon and Ryan Newman. Row 13 is Bubba Wallace and Tyler Reddick. In row number 14, we have Chris Buescher and Austin Dillon. Row 15 today is Daniel Hemrick and Michael McDowell. Row 16, we have Corey LaJoie and Jamie McMurray. And rounding out the field today, in row number 17, we have Cody Ware and Matt Tifft. So let's take a look at today's race info. Again, we have 34 cars, and as another 8-lap race here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So the pace car has already pulled off. Green flag is in the air. Joey Logano and Martin Truex Jr. lead them into turns 1 and 2. We already have some nice battles here in turn 1 and 2, some 3-wide battles already. But it looks like at the front of the field, Joey Logano leading Kyle Busch out of turns 1 and 2. Who will lead the first lap and get 2 bonus points? It is going to be Kyle Busch, as he now leads them into turns 1 and 2 here on lap 2. Here's another flyby, as Busch leads them down the backstretch. Ryan Blaney passes his teammate Joey Logano for second, and Kyle Busch will lead lap 2. We have 6 laps to go here at Charlotte. Chase Elliott underneath Ryan Blaney gets loose and shoves Blaney up the hill. As Kyle Busch continues to lead, Blaney loses a lot of positions as Kyle Busch is going to lead the lap. We have 5 laps to go here at Charlotte. And Brad Keselowski is trying to catch Kyle Busch, but a car's around Ryan Preece and Eric Almirola. And David Reagan spin through the grass as well. The caution is out. Martin Truex Jr. with a big hit as well. Let's take a look at the replay. It looked like Ryan Preece cut off William Byron. A rookie mistake for Preece, and Preece hits Truex right in the driver's side door head on. Preece gets a little airborne. I hope Truex is okay. And then when Preece is spinning here, it looks like Almirola and David Reagan at the last second go in the grass to try to avoid Preece, who is still spinning. And yeah, Reagan was there when Almirola thought he was clear, I guess, and those 2 cars go spinning through the grass. So a 4-car crash here on lap 4. And it takes out some big contenders like Martin Truex Jr. and Eric Almirola. A very rough start to the season for Truex. Last week he was caught up in the first wreck, which was basically Kyle Busch's fault. This one is basically Ryan Preece's fault for cutting off William Byron. So here are the 4 cars involved that are now out of the race. Almirola, Reagan, Preece, and Truex. So that leaves 30 cars still on the track. William Byron is able to continue in the 10th position. So Kyle Busch and Brad Keselowski lead him to the green flag with 3 laps to go at Charlotte. Logano makes it 3 wide. Keselowski gets shoved up the hill. Logano has Harvick behind him now. Harvick looks on the inside with 2.5 laps to go. Kyle Busch and Jimmy Johnson sitting in 3rd and 4th, ready to pounce as Kevin Harvick leads at 2 laps to go. Here at Charlotte, Kevin Harvick leads. Chase Elliott gonna pass his teammate Jimmy Johnson for second. Logano and Kurt Busch battle for 4th as Chase Elliott goes underneath Harvick. 1 lap to go. Elliott takes the lead, but Harvick pushes Elliott up the hill. Elliott back into Harvick. They're beating and banging down the back straightaway. Jimmy Johnson passes him on the outside into turn 3. Who's going to win it? Here comes Kurt Busch out of turn number 4. Who is going to win? It is going to be Jimmy Johnson. Kurt Busch tries to bump Johnson at the end as it looks like Elliott, his tire finally blew. Let's take a look at the replay of the final lap. So on the final lap, Elliott was passing Harvick. Harvick bumps Elliott up the hill. Elliott comes back down into Harvick. They beat and bang, and Jimmy Johnson and Kurt Busch go right past them. And it's a 2-car battle to the finish line, a drag race, but Jimmy Johnson beats Kurt Busch to the finish line. Busch was trying all he could do to get there. Let's look at it one more time. So yeah, Elliott goes up because Harvick bumped him up there. Then Elliott is not too happy with it. He comes back down, bumps Harvick, and eventually it looked like Elliott's tire went down because when he was passing the finish line, there was smoke coming from his car. Chase Elliott blew a tire at the end right there. So Jimmy Johnson wins. Now he's going to burn it down here at Charlotte. So Jimmy Johnson is the 2nd driver to punch his ticket into the playoffs. Here is today's finishing result. So Jimmy Johnson, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, and Eric Jones is your top 5 today. Chase Elliott blew the tire, so he was going for the win and ends up finishing 8th. A rough day for some of these guys. Denny Hamlin, 13th, not what we expected from him. Keselowski dropped from that final restart, finishing 12th. Your Daytona winner got 14th, which was Clint Bowyer. So this is the full finishing result. So Martin Truex Jr., a very, very rough start to the season. That is his 2nd DNF in a row. So here's the point standings right now. Jimmy Johnson and Clint Bowyer are locked into the playoffs. Also a very strong start to the season for Kevin Harvick. And how about Alex Bowman and Kyle Larson there in the top 5? So right now, right outside looking into the playoffs is Joey Logano and William Byron, just 2 and 3 points out. So obviously the star means you're locked into the playoffs. So here's the rest. Now on the way right side where it shows how far behind they are, that is how far behind they are of 16th into the playoffs. So like Tyler Reddick is only 3 out, Paul Menard 4, Keselowski 5, Ty Dillon 5. So there's a lot of drivers that are really close. And if you look at the bottom, Landon Castle, BJ McLeod, and Ross Chastain will be making their debut in the next race, in race number 3. So yeah, that is going to wrap it up. Congratulations to Mario Minecraft, the driver of the 48 car. Jimmy Johnson wins it, and the veterans are dominating the season early. Jimmy Johnson and Kevin Harvick, the only drivers to get a top 5 in the first 2 races, and Clint Bowyer, another veteran, won at Daytona. So a rough start for Martin Truex Jr. They will look to rebound in race 3 as they only have 4 points, sitting back there in dead last of the drivers that have ran so far, and they're still 9 points behind the driver in front of them, which is Bubba Wallace. But anyways, that is basically going to wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for watching race 2. Race 3 should be up probably in about 2 weeks, I would say, so make sure to stay tuned for race 3. I haven't decided what track it'll be yet, but we will see. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Congratulations one last time to Jimmy Johnson and Mario Minecraft, and I will see you guys next time.